Good morning, guys. Can you believe it? I'm back out after the Tench. It's 4:30 in the morning. It's a little bit lighter. I have 4 hours sleep. Mozzies are doing mine then. Working till 12 o'clock last night. The boys on the beach. Have a little check of this. Yeah, go on.
You had to swap over.
So yeah, I've had guys training for fights and everything. So I'm getting more prepared. They're fighting in 2 weeks. So I thought, pop out. I pre-baited last night. Got the float rod set up. Same as last time, I'll go through it again. But lift method after the wild tench in the ditch, boy. Yeah! I pre-baited last night, like I said. It's been raked, so hopefully we should do all right. It's about another 15-minute walk yet, so catch you in there, guys. But it's going to be epic, hopefully. Well, I'm just after a nice fish. All right, big man boss, catch you in a minute. Bye. All right, here we go then, guys. So, 2 grains of corn. Yeah, boy. And the floats. I'll go in more detail, but I think it's a fish there. Look at this. Somerset Hills and guys' first fish, and this tench has been bitten really bad by a pike. He's obviously alright because he's feeding and stuff, but it's a nasty gash. I'm not going to keep him out long because obviously he's been stressed, but look at that for a bite. Look at that nasty pike, but he survived. So it's been recent. It's definitely recent. Right then, guys, I know I look like a wally, but I thought I'd tell you what happened then. So basically, I was fishing with corn because last night I couldn't go to the shop and I wanted to use bigger baits. So I bought F1 corn, and it's really sweet, it actually stinks, but I wouldn't normally buy corn. But anyway, I bought corn because, like I said, I had no way of getting bait here last night. So I went to the tackle shop and just bought corn. And anyway, so I tried corn and I didn't get a bite. I put a big worm on, got a bite before I even hit the bottom. So that's the thing with worms, they do really pick out those tench. I'm gonna try again with corn. It was like I put bait in with corn last night, so there's no reason why they won't eat it. But you see the difference with a worm, man. They just. So you're gonna change the camera angle because I move swims now. I have one fish out of a swim move. As you've seen, it just kills the whole swim. And I think I seen a mink. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I did, but we will never know. I never get to see my eyes on it. But I'll put you on my chest now. We're going to fish down here where it's deeper. And we had loads of rain, so it's actually got loads of oxygen at the moment. So should hopefully fish pretty well, my friends. Right, here we go then, guys. Getting that ready. All right, Mr. Wormy. Size 10 hook. I think it's, 10 or 12. And here's the swim. And there's fish fizzing right there. If I didn't catch a rod. That's as big. Thank you, guys. I was literally looking down at my feet. And I turned around, the float had gone under. He's a slow plodder. He's not happy. So I just waited for the float to bounce back up again. Okay, there's not like that. Turn up a little bit. Ooh. Whoa. Beautiful morning for it. Whoa, what? Is that a tench? Black tench, I think. I think it's a tench. Yeah, 100% tench. Just seen its green tail. He's just killed this swim, hasn't he? Angry tench. Jesus. You're killing the swim. Absolutely killing it, mate. It's a nice tench. Just ploughing around. Jesus, mate. Okay, come on. Alright then, guys, PB tench on the, well, PB tench fish, biggest one I've ever caught out of tench. Speak Nick, tench. Look at tench out of a ditch. Look at that absolute unit. I knew it was going to be a decent 4. That's nearly £5, that is. But yeah, I'd say £4.5. Oh boy, on the float, it's number 2 in the morning. Buzzing. Alright guys, I'm going to put it back, but what a solid fish. And look at his tiny little fins. He's got tiny little pectorals, but that is a banger. So I'm going to get it back in. I'm going to sit down for 20 minutes because it's just pointless. But that's 2 fish in 40 minutes. And I've been here less than an hour. So you've got 20 minutes of not catching. Boom, out of an hour. That is awesome. 2 cracking tench, easy 5. But yeah, he's got a really short set of body on him. He's got a real short tail and short pectorals. Right, bing, bang, bosh. All right, here we go then, guys. You guys, don't know what this is. Oh, it's a tench. Oh, I didn't expect that because the float didn't set, so I thought it was going to be a big rud. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Float went flat on the surface. This is a solid fish. You ain't got a clue what's going on. Just, hey. To really put the pressure on him then. Angry tench. Oh, no, again. Is he under now? Mr. Worm in his mouth. Mr. Worm and a bit of weed. Number 3, guys, another cracking tench. So it seems to be the recast, and every time I recast, I don't know if they just see the worm go down or what. They follow the minnows and bang again. So first cast, nothing. Gave it 5 minutes, picked it up, recasted it. Bam, another 4-pound tench, easy. So yeah, these are really like round fish, small fins, round stocky fish, and most of them got scars like this one, and he's got another scar on his back. But look at that, that is a banger. Number 3. I am so lucky, man. Just bread, just feeding bread. So I didn't put any maggots in because last time I got the rud going and I ain't caught any rud yet, so I'm not putting any maggots in. I'm just putting bread in and corn. I'll show you the mix and what I'm doing in a minute. Oh, I've got that all over me. Let's sort this fish out and I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'll put this clonker back in. Still can't believe that. That's number 3 and they've all been bangers. First one was all beaten up, but that's a wild tench for you, boy. Right then, guys, so as I've just put some bait in both spots, I thought I'd talk through what I do to catch these tench, because even I used to get it wrong when I first started. The problem is most people, I think, well, most things, like with float fishing. So when you're using the lift method, when you're using the lift method, Jesus Christ, you can tell it's traffic time. When you're using the lift method, people use like the massive floats, and I just don't see why. I use the smallest floats possible for the lift method. I get it when you're on a big water, but when you're fishing like I am here, people like have said to me before, oh, do you use like the big, like I've actually bought tench floats and they're massive, and I've got to take loads of lead shot, like 3 WSSG and all this kind of stuff. Well, I don't need massive lead shots down here. I've actually lost them all now. All I have is 2 little ones. I'm going to put them on again in a minute. And that's it. Well, I know over sinks a float. I don't know where I can get these floats from. Sorry, guys, I am in a ditch here. I don't know where I can get these small floats from, but they're amazing. Because I find all these big, the new floats, are all big and it's all like fancy shotting. I just don't find the point. It confuses you more. So these 2 lead shots hit the bottom. If it's over depth, you can't see the float. When it's on depth, you just keep tightening up till you see the float. It's much easier. And the way I do it, I just basically, I don't even pull the float back. I just literally, I just slightly pull it back like that. And then when the lead shots are holding it down, as soon as I get a bite, the float will go flat, or it just whips away. 9 times out of 10, it flips away. I do get, like when the fish are plodding around, I do get the odd lift bites like that. And I found last time, right, I was fishing about that. It was too much. I don't know why I was doing so much. I think I was like carp fishing. So I've shortened it down to there. So that was what's on the bottom. So when the fish move, they ain't got that much movement before I get a bite on the float. I was doing it too long, and I think I missed a couple of bites. So I reckon they were spitting out before I even got a bite. So that's why the shorter the hook length, the smaller the fish. So I only put 2 lead shots at about there. I'll put them on now because I've lost them. Typicals. But yeah, I think a lot of people go wrong with using these massive floats, trying to, I don't know, I just think it's the more lead shots you've got on, the more chance of things going wrong. Oh, I just lost one. More chance of things going wrong, you know. What is crap on my head? So yeah, I think the less stuff you've got going on, you know, with these floats these days, there's like, even when I've got some, there's so much like tiny little shot on it, like it disappears, and you got to get it bang on, and it's like, oh, the way I fish is so easy. Then like waggler fishing or something, or trying to fish it through the water, I'm just fishing on the bottom, and obviously, and sometimes the tench will grab it before it even hits the bottom, and I know that because I've caught them off the bottom as well. But generally, I fish on the bottom, 2 lead shots, nothing on the line, and that's it. And so then if I do go into a reeds and stuff, it's just 2 lead shots will come flying off. Back in the day, I used to make a hook link because I used to say, if you snap up, you lose everything. Well, how many times have I snapped up? Never. And it's not because I hide it, because I don't. So I don't snap up, so there's no reason to have a lighter hook link on. I always fish straight through, you know, and I never have any problems. I find that the more stuff going on, the more problems you get. And then you've got to have it off a swivel and blah, blah, blah. So that is what's going to be on the bottom. See, and that's it. It's very simple, you see. I'm sorry, I got all this bloody tench scum on me. But yeah, very simple. Worms definitely pick out the fat of the fish straight away. As you know, I've caught loads on bread and that. I would catch them on bread, but I find that the ruggers go crazy for it and they whittle it down, and I've got to recast them more often. With a worm, unless you leave the head on, the head will dig. So I always just use the tail end. If you use the head end, I got that off Graham, you know, I've got old Graham pulling. If you use the head end, then it won't dig into the silt or the mud or whatever. In here, they will get into the weed, and it's just pointless. You're not even fishing. You pick it up, you're like, oh God. Right, so let's get back on it. I've given them a good 10 minutes now. Have a little bit of monster and get on it, boys. So this is the marvellous bait. So literally it's breadcrumb and corn. That's all it is, breadcrumb and corn. It's the F1 corn, I wasn't gonna lie, because you know me, I bought it because, like I said, because I couldn't go to a shop, so I just bought it from the tackle shop. But it's really sweet and it smells really nice. Obviously you can't smell it, but I can. With the breadcrumb, it's brilliant. And obviously when this hits the bottom, they're searching for all this and they love it. Right. So yeah, simple worms and bread, boys. Right then, guys, so I've moved swim back to the original one, and nothing for nearly half an hour, so I thought I'd move back. Let's make sure the camera's on. Alright guys, got a cracking tench, the sun is up now. That fish didn't even fight. No, honestly didn't. It went round in about 3 circles and I netted it, and now it's going nuts in it. So I'm just gonna quickly chuck a little bit of bait out. Yeah, that was quite frustrating because I knew there was tench there. I could see him bubbling up. So why getting a bite? And a few times I striked into weed. But he is not happy. It's a male. Is it a male? Yeah. The male's always the smallest one, so it's the smallest one of the day. Angry male. He is not happy. Obviously, just put him in the net in the water. Yeah, he was not happy. What are you, Mr. Tench? Alright, so let the swim rest for a little bit. It's getting a little bit, the sun's getting up now, so I reckon probably a couple more fish and I'll have to go. Right then guys, Mr. Tinker, he gave me a crazy fight. Black as your hat, Tench. He's had some sort of weird bite on him. Again, pike in it, always like weird boils, I'm not quite sure. But there we go, cracking female Tench. A lot of females, only a couple of males. It's probably why they're spawning them and breeding so well, because there's so many females compared to males. But yeah, banging fish. Oh, it could be, is that a male? I think that might be a male. So anyway, yeah boy. I don't know anymore. We'll see how we get on. I always say last fish and it never is. Right then guys, it's got hot, so I'm on the last little bit. This is a new part I pre-baited last night just for a little test, but I reckon I'm gonna catch loads of ruds, so I'm gonna try a bit of corn first. But it is hot. Right, here we go. Come on. Okay guys. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho. Get him go. Jesus. Whoa. That was crazy. Read. I think it's gonna do that. It's a nice fish. Nice tanker. Alright, living good then guys. In the bright sunshine. Nice. Whoa. Angry females. Definitely the smallest one of the lot. Just letting it chill out for a minute because I know it's gonna be mental. There we go. Proper little ditch tench. What a buzzing morning, man. It's about 9:30 now, so it's about 3.5 hours fishing, and literally it's only been a few bits where I haven't caught anything. So look at that beast, hey, ditch tench, the old red eye, always immaculate mouths, banging little tenchy, banging. Right, so I'm gonna get him back in. All right, here we go then, guys. Sorry about the last camera angle. I had it a bit high up the camera. Okay guys, literally thinking when is the next fish coming, and it's a tinker. It's a nice one. He's gonna go crazy now. What's he doing? What's he doing? Dude, what you doing? Okay, that was very strange. Now he's gonna go nuts. Yeah. Right then guys, this tench, as you just seen, again, they don't know they're being hooked. Go away, lawnmower man. They don't know they're being hooked. That's why they're acting like that. That's 2 fish now just gone straight to the surface basically. And he's gonna go mental when I get that, guys, alright? So bring it down a little bit. So I've sat down obviously. See? Told you, like, he didn't fight, so I knew something like this would happen. Green tench. Get him. Absolute banger, man. Hey, Mr. Tinker. He played ball today, didn't he, eh? Right, I think we're going to get going now. It's the sun's getting right up. So, but up. A new spot. New spot. New fish, boy. Banging. So I think that's about £3. So it'll be a little bit smaller on this side, but doesn't matter. New area, new zone. Alright then guys, I'm on fire with tench at the moment, aren't I? So yeah, I'm just going to sit here and have a little chat a minute, even though the cards are going past. But yeah, so the thing is with this type of fishing, preparing the night before, obviously, putting bait in definitely helps. Keeping it simple, and like then, some of the bites are not always bites, and this is what I don't get about using massive floats. I know I keep going on about it, but I think people miss a lot of bites of tench because their floats are just too big, and they spill it out so quick. I literally had one bite where it went up, down, up, and I just went whoa like that and just hooked straight into it, and it literally lifted the float a couple of inches, and that's a tiny little float, and these are wild fish. You think they'll just bolt off, but they don't. So when you're using a lift method, my advice is honestly scale right down with it, with the float. So good old Mr. Worm, putting a massive worm on, definitely put the rod off, what's good obviously, and not put maggots in, stopped them going crazy. So my advice is if you're going for wild tench, I would use bread and I would use worms. I've done a lot of tench fishing, wild fishing. I found that doesn't get the small fish going too much, and if you clump it up in big balls, obviously, and throw it in, it is sinking to the bottom. The rudd in wild waters don't rarely go down unless they're really big. The majority of them will just hit the stuff that goes down, and then you kind of leave it. You notice I caught no roach. Even though there's roach in here, I haven't caught no roach. So it shows how much they, in this type of water, they do like feeding in different layers. So I might come back and just do a session on just rudd fishing here. But anyway, I'm going to come back for the evening because obviously I put bait in both spots. And I'll come back and fish the evening. So bing bang boss, you see how many tench we can get. I think that was about 6 this sad. Boom boy.